Greetings, so Whovians. Whovian Queener. Hope having a good week so far. We'll look at the 15th Doctor era. Now continues on with The Well. Still in a return to Earth on May 24th, 2025, the Doctor and Belinda find themselves 500,000 years in the future among a group of troopers led by Shea, who are landing on a planet to investigate the lack of contact from a mining colony there. All the colonists were murdered except for Alice, a deaf cook, and every mirror is broken. Alice claims that the crew are mad and killed each other. The Doctor and Belinda learn that Alice and the troopers have no knowledge of Earth or humanity. The Doctor realizes he was on the planet then it was midnight, 400,000 years earlier, and what murdered the colonists is the same entity he encountered then. After Belinda and two troopers think they can see something behind Alice, the trooper moves behind Alice and is thrown across the room to her death. Belinda theorizes that the entity is concealed behind Alice, and anyone who moves behind her is killed. Alice reveals that the entity will transfer to anyone who kills her. Trooper Cassio, frustrated by Shea's lack of action, relieves her of command. As Cassio attempts to bring the entity out into the open, multiple troopers are killed when they are behind Alice's back. Shea regains control by asking Alice to turn around, killing Cassio. The Doctor attempts to communicate with the entity, and the two appear to acknowledge each other. The Doctor realizes the entity whispers to his host, which Alice can hear, leading to her survival. Theorizing that the entity is afraid of its own reflection, the Doctor creates a liquid mirror by causing a leak of refined mercury, freeing Alice. The group attempts to escape the colony. Alice and two troopers leave first. Before the others can follow, the entity latches onto Belinda. She assumes Belinda precisely, allowing her to be revived afterwards. The entity simply transfers to Shea, who sacrificed herself to allow the others to escape. On the TARDIS, Belinda and Doctor share the concern that the Earth is unknown in this future. Beau reports the events of the expedition to Mrs. Flood, who is pleased to hear that the Doctor is using a specific device to try to return to Earth. The episode ends with the trooper seeming to notice something behind Mo, implying that the entity has escaped. Dun dun dun. So let's take a look at the production of this episode, beginning with the development. The Well was from Russell T. Davies and Sharma Angel Wallfall. Angel Wallfall is one of the four guest writers in the series. Prior to being hired, Angel Wallfall had been working with Jane Tranter on another Bad Wolf production. Tranter suggested Angel Wallfall to Davies, who had an interview with her. At the interview, Davies read a, quote, supernatural horror-type drama, end quote, script of Angel Wallfall's, which he used as the basis for the tone of the story. Angel Wallfall had seen Davies speak when she was a child, and aspired to work with him when she made it into the television industry. Davies and Wallfall engaged in a lot of back and forth regarding the episode, working close with him to develop the episode. When teasing the series, Davies said the one episode contained an unexpected sequel. Many theories arose that The Well would be that episode, with some suggested that it could be a follow-up to a number of episodes, including the Impossible Planet / The Satan Pit, Midnight, The Waters of Mars, or Wild Blue Yonder. It also ended up being a successor to Midnight, with the story taking place on the same planet 400,000 years later. The script originally intended to feature the Orishas, Nigerian spirits, as a primary antagonist instead, but was later converted into a sequel to Midnight after the writers felt the script was not treating the Orishas with an appropriate level of respect. Davies felt like the action script aligned with the behaviors of the Midnight entity in its original appearance, so decided to rework the episode as a direct sequel. Davies considered titling the episode The 13. And now on to casting. The episode stars Ncuti Gatwa as the 15th incarnation of the Doctor and Rita Sether as his companion, Belinda Chandra. Alice is played by deaf actress Rose Ayling-Ellis, who communicates using British Sign Language. Executive producer Phil Collins revealed that the role was not written with a deaf actress in mind, and that Davies had to change the part of the script when Ayling-Ellis was suggested by casting director Andy Pryor. Ayling-Ellis and Gatwa used BSL to communicate with each other. After these changes were made, the script was submitted for a compliance rating by a consultant, which came back with such a glowing report, particularly surrounding a line describing how hearing people experience paranoia around those using sign language. Ayling-Ellis was excited to appear in the series, having wanted to for a while. Christopher Chung appears in the episode as Cassio. Chung previously auditioned for 2 other Doctor Who episodes prior to being cast in the program, including Knock Knock. Paul Casey portrayed the Midnight Entity, credited as It Has No Name, which was never seen in Midnight. Casey filmed scenes with Aileen Ellis behind her in order to convey the feeling of the creature that Alice would feel in the episode. Anita Dobson makes a further appearance as Mrs. Flood, an enigmatic recurring character featured as part of the series' ongoing story arc. The remainder of the guest cast included, and I'm sorry if I butchered this pronunciation, Kaoli Hophion Dune and Bethany Antonia. And now finally onto filming and music. Before production commenced, the actors portraying troopers attended a boot camp on January 29th, 2024, which was taught by a former member of the military. A deaf awareness course was also held for the cast and crew. The story was filmed in the series' third production block, along with the preceding episode, Lux. It was directed by Amanda Baracci. Location filming took place at Pen Quarry in Brecon, Wales on February 1st, 2024. The same area had been previously used as film locale in The Power of the Doctor. Some recording sessions occurred as late as 2 a.m. in sub-zero temperatures. There was a consultant on set while filming occurred to ensure authenticity while the characters were signing. Both Gaba and Seth agreed that it was the most difficult episode of the series to film, with Seth revealing that she got migraines from the costume and had to have her stunt double record her remaining scenes. The helmets of the episode's spacesuits proved difficult for the actors, as they would mess up and cause breathing and hearing issues. Timing the filming so none of the helmets would mess up proved difficult. The costume proved difficult to put on, with Sethu stating the costume required 3 people to attach and detach. Each costume was specifically made for each actor. Gaba stated that the lack of a visual for the Midnight Entity greatly aided in his performance. Accessories for the story's opening, which depicted the Doctor and Belinda falling from a spaceship in orbit. Wires and green screen were used for the scene. Wires were similarly used for moments where the entity threw people into the air. A 4-point winch system was utilized in place of a conventional method to allow for simpler and more accurate movements. Stunts continued to be filmed the day after principal photography had concluded. A GoPro camera was used to capture a different point of view. Due to other projects, Angel Wallfall was unable to attend recording sessions or view the final cut prior to broadcast. Archive footage from Midnight was included in the episode. The song Toxic by Britney Spears was used in the episode, having been previously featured in The End of the World. So overall, I really did enjoy this episode, and as a follow-up to Midnight, it is just darn perfect, and I love it. So, yeah. So overall, I give The Well 5 sonic screwdrivers out of 5. When I tune in next time as we to the next episode, Lucky Day. Well, how would you the review? If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it around, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload videos, and also be sure to subscribe and all that other fun stuff. So yeah, and if it helps support the channel further, then be sure to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in the description below. Anyway, until next time, this is Hoovy and Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run! I'm versus polarity neutron flow. Would you like a jelly baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool, fezzes are cool, and Stetsons are cool.